pockets, and we're still trying to get pictures up because I didn't get to bed till about 1 this morning.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But just appreciate everybody who came, and there is a $10 text line to St. Jude because we're going to put together a whole radio special. But, we do so much with the Radiothon, and you guys become partners in hope. But what we're going to do now is we're going to give you the text line. It's just a $10 donation. So you can text the word GIVE to 50333, and you can give $10 to St. Jude. It's just a one text thing. GIVE, GIVE to 50333. And I'm going to play you a performance from last night's show because it was so good. Heath Sanders was working on an oil field, and that's his name. He's one of the new artists that I brought on the show. Was literally working on an oil field, drove to Nashville, just signed a major record deal in the last week or so. So happy for him. And he came out and he did Faithfully. Now, this is from the Ryman last night. The Raging Idiots, we're doing all the instruments, and we're doing, whoa, whoa, we're doing all the background vocals.
Wait, can you say one more time about what he was doing like before?
No, he was just playing in a bar working on an oil field.
Right.
And he came to Nashville. And
I just want to make sure people hear how crazy that story is.
He's not like a guy who was, playing music all around town until he finally made it. He had a real job because he was like, I gotta pay the bills.
It's almost like he didn't know if he was going to do this as a career.
Yeah, no.
Like even if he wanted to chase that.
Yeah.
Well, he was chasing it playing local bars in Arkansas. But he was like, I have to work because I have to pay the truck payment.
Yeah.
He didn't have mom and dad to give him a bunch of money, so he's like, I got to work. And so he's now signed a major deal, and I wanted him to come up and play last night. And his name is Heath Sanders. This is from the Ryman last night. This is Faithfully on the Bobby Bones Show.
Who knows that? Highway wrong into the midnight sun. The wheels go round and round. You're on my mind. Restless heart, sleep alone tonight. I'm sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. And love in a music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, girl, stand by. Let's hear y'all. You ready? I'm forever yours. Beautiful. Faithfully. Circus life under the big top world. We all need the clowns to make us smile. Through space and time, always another show. Wondering where I am, lost without you. And being apart ain't easy on this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh, girl, you stand by me. I'm forever yours.
All right, that was Heath Sanders last night at the Ryman. The band playing as us, the Raging Idiots. And there's no auto-tune on that. That's literally a feed we took from the house last night. There was no that never went into a studio.
Crazy.
Right.
It never touched a recording studio. It went straight from the Ryman last night to the radio this morning. His name is Heath Sanders. I don't know how people don't just play that version. Heath Sanders live at the Ryman. Wait, Heath Sanders and the Raging Idiots.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
don't forget that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give us props, dude. We sound pretty good,
Right.
too. But it was just, and he sat there and he was gonna walk off, and they were giving him a standing ovation. And I was like, nope, stay here and just take this. And I told Eddie before the show, I said Heath's gonna get a standing ovation because he just is so good. And so he played. His name is Heath Sanders. Remember that name. And then I kind of pushed him back on stage, and the crowd just cheered, and it was really amazing. So Heath Sanders is the real deal for sure. Right?
Yeah. I mean, the night was full of amazing moments, but that for sure is pretty special.
Your son met Sam Hunt?
He did, yeah. Sam, after he played, hung out a little bit and he signed some posters and guitars or whatever. And I said, my son was just staring at him. I said, do you want to meet him? And he's like, yeah, I want to meet him. So I went up. So I said, Sam, this is my son. He'd like to meet you. He's like, so Sam talked to him for about, a couple minutes or whatever. And my son was just kind of blank faced, shook his hand. And you can tell like deep inside, he was really feeling a lot of emotions because I imagine he's going to school today to tell all his friends that he hung out with Sam Hunt last night.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
know, like he had no expression in his face except I knew deep inside he was really excited.
That's cool.
And Sam hung out way after the show was
Yeah.
over. I mean, when I was changing clothes and packing up, Sam was still hanging out. And Sam had some of his family that were
Did you
fans
meet
of the
his
show.
brother?
Well, I know his brother
Okay.
and his sister-in-law.
Yes, and I had
And they
no
were big-
idea.
they had Pimp and Joy
Huge
shirts
fans
on.
of the show.
Yeah.
Yes, they were so excited. They said she told me that he surprised her with tickets to the Raging Idiots $1 Million show for Christmas. But Sam was a surprise guest.
Well, we talked about that on stage last night.
Right.
I said Sam was going to buy tickets to the show.
Yeah.
And then we asked him to play and close out the show, and he's like, "Oh," he told his brother and sister-in-law.
Well,
He's
so,
like,
that's what she said. That at Christmas, she's like, "Yeah, we're going to the $1 Million show. It's at the Ryman." And Sam goes, "I think I'm playing that."
yeah.
So they already had tickets before. So it was just funny, but I had no idea. So shout out to them. They listen a lot.
We're gonna make this whole show last night a special eventually. I don't want to give away too much of it yet, but all for St. Jude. And if you're listening, you can text the word "give" to 50333. It's a one-time $10 donation. So that's all for St. Jude. Do we have? I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but do we have Neon Moon Raymundo up?
Yep.
Let me have like 15, 20 seconds. Because last night,
I haven't heard any of these.
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Well, first of all, I didn't get home till like 1 a.m.
Right? Yeah, me too.
And then I just listened to a lot of them because even that Heath Sanders performance, again, I'll say the word literally again because I mean it. Like literally, it did not go to a recording studio. It came straight
Yeah.
from the recording. And Scuba Steve sent it right to me and we're like, boom, put it on the air. And so we're playing last night and I think everybody's like super hyped for Brooks and Dunn. The room had just reached that level and they were playing right in the middle of the show. And man, when they came out and started playing, it was like two larger than life figures. Eddie and I spread our microphones, and Ronnie was next to me on the left, and Kix was next to Eddie on the right. They were in the middle, and we took off and did My Maria, and then we did Boot Scootin' Boogie, and then we did Neon Moon. Here's a little bit of us doing Neon Moon live last night.
The sun goes down on my side of town. That lonesome feeling comes to my door. The whole world turns. Oh, blue.
It's crazy, man. You'll get it all, but there were times where Eddie and I would look at each other and be like, "Is this even real?"
Well, I think a lot of times too, Bones and I, we're on stage, so we feel like we should be looking at the crowd. We weren't. We were
watched
looking
the
at
art,
them
yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, we were fanning out a little bit. And the thing, too, we were on stage last night, Eddie and I, for 3 hours. There was no break.
Right.
We played every song for 3. And I went to Eddie about 2.5 hours into it. And I was like, because we took our ears out, and I was like, "Hey, man, are you tired?" Because some of those actually get so excited for, and your adrenaline's going up and down, up and down. And Eddie's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Me too. We're almost done, though. We can get through it." And
All
then
right, we carried
Kane
on
Brown,
through it.
Kane Brown came out, and it was great. And then Sam Hunt came down and just closed shop.
It was so
it was
awesome.
great. More to come. Let's do Maren Morris, The Bones, right now. Bobby Bones Show. If you guys want to hop on the phone, 877-77-BOBBY. Brandon Ray played that guitar solo during Heath Sanders' song, they're asking. $1,500 and $2,500 a year on. Well, I'll tell you in a second. But even I thought, wow, that is so high.
Is it something we spend any money on?
Yeah.
Or just probably
I
not
don't
that
know if any of us do 1,500, but it is.
That's a lot
I
of money.
can't believe people spend that much money on this. I'll tell you what that is right when we come back.
The Bobby Bones
Show. We'll do Kenny Chesney, Get Along, and then we'll grab some of your calls. 877-77-BOBBY. 877-77-BOBBY. Questions, comments, call us. Thanks. The average American spends between $1,500 and $2,500 a year on coffee, which is just a lot.
Wow.
But I guess if you go to Starbucks a few times a week, it really adds up because Starbucks is $31 a cup. So it's about right.
Yeah.
And I use K-Cups, Keurig or whatever, and that's pretty expensive. We'd probably go through like 6 cups a day.
Oh.
That's just $2,000 a year on coffee. That's a lot. Hey, I want to, last night, at the show, we met the winner of our Prizeo thing that we did where it was like, you can put $10 in and win that picture that Ronnie Dunn took of me in cowboy gear. And so they drew a winner. We didn't. The place did. And she came. I think she flew in from San Antonio. She came to the show. I met her before the show. She's actually here right now in the studio. And so there she is. We're going to bring her in here. Hey, come on in. Here. So she didn't know she was going to be on the air. And so what is your name? Hannah. We're going to mic Hannah up. But it's weird and really cool to actually meet the people who win these contests because I know I would think if I were in a contest, like who really wins that stuff?
Right.
Right.
Oh, for sure. And she was there with her dad and they were hanging out. That's so cute.
He's watching back there.
How's it going?
Great.
How'd you
oh my
think?
gosh.
What'd you think of the show last night?
It was fantastic. It was so cool.
Where are you from?
I'm from Seguin, Texas, originally, so between Austin and San Antonio.
Do you listen on KJ or Case 101?
Now KJ, because I'm in San Antonio, so.
And you put in and pay $10 for like a lottery ticket, or I don't know what they call that, but like in the sweepstakes.
Yeah.
And then how do they contact you to say that you won?
they emailed me, and I thought, this is not real. Like, I thought I had been catfished. And then,
Russia hacking you probably.
Yes, yeah. But, I just like blindly sent my social to them and was like, there's a small chance this is real, or they're draining my bank accounts. I don't really know, but it worked out. So
then do you get on the phone with them?
Yes.
And what do they say to you? I've never won anything, guys.
I know.
This is amazing to me.
I'm curious
It was
too.
amazing to me. Like, I sat on my couch and just stared at the email for, I don't even know how long. I was like, there's no way this is real. But I sent in all my stuff, and they said, like, all right, we've got your flight booked, and the Bobby Bones Show will get in contact with you. So it was all like, it still feels kind of sketchy. Like, looking back, I'm like, there was very minimal contact with them, but it was real. It worked out. So
Yeah, and I
Here she is.
saw on her Instagram story, she said, I won the contest. I'm here. Holy crap. And I hadn't met her yet. And so then we're at the Ryman, and she comes up to the dressing room, and I'm just getting ready for the show. And we hang out, and she also met Leon Bridges in the hotel.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, I was coming out of the elevator and he was walking in, and so I asked him if he was Leon Bridges. He was. So yeah, it was crazy. It was a wild night.
Did you have decent seats last night?
Yeah, we were up in the balcony, but we were like 4 rows back, and so we could see everything. It was unreal. It was so cool.
Highlight of the night for you?
Oh my gosh. Well, going backstage and meeting you back there was pretty cool. Like, I don't think I can top that. So
If you had to, though, like what act that you saw last night in the $1 Million Show, what part of it do you think was like, wow?
Brooks and Dunn was
Wasn't it
probably
crazy?
So good.
yeah, they were actually like my first concert at the San Antonio Rodeo, but this was, beyond anything I've ever experienced. So it was pretty cool.
Well, and then you had to decide who you were going to bring with you
Yes.
because you won the contest. And by the way, Hannah, right?
Yes.
Hannah's here, and she is from Seguin, Texas. And she won that contest where Ronnie Dunn took a picture of me, and then you pay $10 to St. Jude, and they drew somebody. They email her, which I don't think I would have believed it, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I would have got it and been like,
No.
"Stop it, Eddie."
Messing with you.
And she's here. She went to the show last night. She won the big picture that Ronnie and I took and signed, and met you backstage. And you had to decide who you're gonna bring with you, and you decided to bring
My dad.
because
He is also a big fan of the show.
Yeah?
So yeah, it was between my dad and my husband, and then I was like, sorry, husband. I'm
what
just
did your
gonna-
husband say about that decision?
He was cool with it. He knows that my dad's a fan too, so he was like, he should go with you.
Amy, did you meet her last night?
I did,
Okay.
yeah, and her
Yeah.
dad, and we talked about Seguin and
Yes.
all the things, and her running Leon Bridges. Yeah, I've heard this all, but one thing I do want to know is the picture that you won.
Yes.
Where are you going to put that?
Oh my gosh. I
Oh, on
haven't
the
even
front door?
thought about
Like when people walk up to the front door?
Yeah, maybe the mantle. I don't know.
I love that. That's a great idea.
There you go. Okay, I mean, but that's super cool too that you are a Brooks and Dunn was one of your first concerts,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to see them last night, and Ronnie took the picture of Bobby that you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a good. Yeah.
It's
Love it.
insane.
Well,
I don't know. How this
thank
is
you
real.
for listening to the show.
Of course.
I know you
yeah.
didn't think you were going to be on the air. I saw a
No.
text last night that she sent Morgan number 1, and she was like, hey, because she didn't win to be able to come up to the studio, but I was like, yeah, sure. But she texted Morgan number 1. She was like, hey, I'm just going to shoot my shot. Can I also come up to the studio? And so I was like, of course you can come up. So, and then she also didn't know she was going to be on the air.
No.
And when do you head back to Texas?
Tonight. So we fly out at like 8 or something.
Okay, here's the annoying thing about those late flights is that you got to check out of the hotel, give them your bags, and then walk around aimlessly for like 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah, and we didn't rent a car. We like debated, but it's all right. I don't even care because I'm here. So we could have been at a Motel 6 with no bags, and it would have been fine.
What are you going to do for like 4 hours today?
I don't know. We did the Hall of Fame on Sunday, and I don't know. We might go out to like the Opryland Hotel. We'll see.
Just
We might
walk around the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might just
Knock on
sit out
doors.
in the lobby and like decompress for an hour.
Well, really glad that you won.
Yeah, me too.
And that you had such a good time last night.
Yeah.
And it's just cool, huh? To
Very
actually,
cool.
I mean, I think I'm starstruck to meet a winner who won the contest.
Yeah. For us, it's even cool. And
Yeah.
so people should know that. It's like, because we do these contests and they are real, but sometimes we don't ever
We don't ever
meet
see them.
the
People
person
just go
that wins.
They just get their prize and disappear.
We just hear about the winner. And so to actually see you, it's like, oh, wow, it's neat.
How long have you been listening to the show?
Oh, I was trying to figure that out. I think like 13 years.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'm a dedicated fan. Yeah.
That's
so
all. Yeah, so since I started.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to play the Name That Tune tournaments.
She
in
showed me a
Austin.
picture of the Name That Tune tournament when she
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Way
so
back in
fun.
the day. Yeah.
We had
I-
matching T-shirts. I made them with puff paint.
I had a puff paint shirt too that I wore to the tournament. So
Well, we're going to let you go.
okay.
But thank you for listening and hopping in the sweepstakes too, because odds are you weren't going to win.
Yeah.
You happen to, but odds are you weren't, and that money went to a great cause, which is St. Jude. And thanks for waking up early. And Dad, good to see you. Can you hear us in
Oh, he
there?
has on a Pimp and Joy hat.
Yeah.
Can you hear us? Yeah, you can hear us. All right. Sorry you didn't get the. Sorry, I didn't bring in the righty. You didn't get the call in. All right. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Thanks
you
for
too.
listening. Amy, anything you want to say to Hannah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just so glad that you got to, I guess if you could call this a dream of yours. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Is it a dream?
No, Brooks and Dunn. Brooks and Dunn.
Actually, no. I knew how much she wanted to meet you. I think I saw you backstage right after you met him, maybe,
Yes.
and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So this is cool. I mean, somebody could have won that was like, I don't really care about these people. But it's cool that she's been a long-time listener and she actually really enjoyed it. So what I want to say is congratulations on like having something really cool go down.
Thank you.
And hopefully your airline has little TVs and you can watch Running Wild with Bear Grylls on your flight home.
Yes.
I plan to watch it. Yes.
10, 9 Central on Nat Geo. All right, there's Hannah. All right, back in a second.
Bobby Bones Show.
Well, I got a couple things I wanted to talk about before we finish this segment. First of all, I saw this story, and I needed to wait till this hour of the show to mention this, but this guy was hospitalized. And you hate to hear stories about people getting put in the hospital, right? Well, we all agree on that.
Sure,
Yes.
they're not good.
Yeah.
But
Well, so he took a bull sex stimulant for a bull, like a literal bull.
Like a cow bull, okay.
Like a bull, like an animal. Like, So he was hospitalized with an erection that lasted 3 days after taking a stimulant, quote, used for breeding bulls.
Oh my goodness.
what?
The unnamed individual underwent emergency surgery. He took the drugs with the intention of having a sexual encounter with a young woman of 30 years old. He purchased the pills in Mexico,
Problem number one.
where farmers use the pills to encourage mating between their cattle.
Oh my goodness, no.
How old is he, Boss?
41.
Oh.
No, wait, that's this guy. That's the guy before him who had to do it. How old's this
There's
guy?
two guys that did this.
Well, this. It said last year a 41-year-old man in the UK had to do it because he had the same thing, said he could barely walk. Anyway, I just reading this and wanted to share.
But
Pills
TSA,
for
like,
animals are meant for animals.
right. And I don't think, you would need the strength of what a bull would need. You
But
know
can
what
you
I mean?
imagine how impressed you'd be?
For 3 days?
Just even for like an hour.
Oh my
You got to deal with the other.
I'm sure the first hour was great. Like, this is cool.
No.
Then, like, second day, you're like, all right, this is terrible.
Second day, like third hour, dear God. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's do this. I want to play this. Last night, during our $1 Million show, The Raging Idiots, it's our full band. And usually The Raging Idiots is a comedy act, but we bring in the full band and all of these major artists jump in and play with us. And last night, Brooks and Dunn played with us, Sam Hunt, Foreigner, Brett Young, Kane Brown. It was just a massive show. And one of Eddie and my best friends is our backup singer from Austin, Texas. And first of all, he was my trainer for like 10 years. And he's just our friend, and he was hanging around shows, and we're like, hey, do background singing. And now he's sang background for us for like 4 or 5 years, and is like a background dancer. And
His dance moves are the best.
he proposed to his girl last night on stage. They've been together for a bit. And he asked me before the show, goes, hey, man, think I could propose to my girl? And I was like, yeah. So we made up this whole bit where we were going into an Alicia Keys song. And we all started singing it. Hold on a second. Let me explain it a little better. And so we're talking, and everybody sings a little part. The first person, some people did, da-da-da-da. Some people did, da-da-da. He goes around. And then he walks over to the side of the stage. His girlfriend doesn't know anything except he's walking over to her in the middle of a song. And it's such a circus on that stage that people are walking all over the place because we got like 10 microphones up all over the place. So he walks up, and as everybody's singing the song, he drags her out to the middle of the stage. And I think that's when you hear the keys, they're going to come in, everybody starts cheering. I think they start to realize he's about to propose.
There's a lot of this for a little bit. Maybe like 10 seconds.
Hey, in the good book it says, if a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And he finds favor in God. Here at the Ryman, all our friends, all our lovely friends as well. Under God right here, I feel like ever since we met, he's given me a great thing in you. I'm gonna ask you, will you marry me?
She said yes, and then the music started back up. They did a little hug.
They
This is
danced for a little
amazing.
bit.
I'm not sure what happens here. Turn it up. Here we go. Is that it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. It was a real special moment. So all these shows that we do every year, there's just something happens. It's a different kind of show every year, you know. But that was a real special moment too. So really proud of the show last night. And thank you everybody who came. And if you didn't get to come, we're gonna end up making a special out of it. You'll be able to hear it all and help St. Jude as well. So Luke Combs, we'll play him now, even though I'm leaving. Bobby Bone Show. Raymundo is in our glass room. He runs the board and does a lot of the audio. But Raymundo is 5'6", and his height has often been a topic of discussion on the show. Raymundo, did you ever date a girl that didn't like you because your height?
I've dated girls that are a lot taller than me, so I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, he often comes in and exaggerates how tall he is. He'll be like, I'm 5'8". Then we'll measure him. And he's not. He'll be like, no, but I'm 5'7". And we'll measure him. But I have something for you here. Men are paying $76,000 for a limb extending surgery that involves breaking leg bones, inserting nails and screws, and it makes them inches taller.
Oh my gosh.
Raymundo, let me ask you this. If it was paid for, would you do this?
No, I'm telling you guys, being tall is overrated. My father's very tall. He's dealing with so many back, leg issues, all kinds. My mom's short. Her body's gonna live till 100.
The 2-hour, $76,000 experiment, which is wild that it costs that much. And you go in and they break your bones. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm not into it. I guess I could understand, if that's something that would make somebody happy and more confident that they would want to do that, but I'm not going to. I would like to be a little bit taller, but I guess I just wear heels.
Some patients may lose athletic ability. The procedure involves inserting surgical nails and screws into the hollow part of a person's bone and slowly extending the nails and screws to train the tissue to permanently stretch. That just sounds like you're always in a bad mood because it's always going to be hurting.
Right. And I don't want to lose my athletic ability.
Yeah, because that'd be a real disservice to you, huh?
Yes.
Let me go over and talk to Laura in Nashville. Hey, Laura, you're on the Bobby Bones Show. What's happening?
Hey, Bobby. Hey, studio.
What's happening?
Not much.
What would you like to say?
Hey, I went to the $1 Million Show last night, and it was absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. We definitely had a lot of fun. Got in late last night. Brooks and Dunn crushed it. Heath Sanders crushed
They did
it.
crush it.
I mean, there are just so many I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, everyone just crushed it.
It was just Sam
So
came
good.
on. Sam Hunt came on at the end of the night.
Colby Calais. Woo.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, they were awesome.
Yeah, Colby
Yes.
Calais came out and did Starts in My Toes, Makes Me Tickle My Nose. And then her band Gone West came out. And it was great. Yeah, it was great. It is a wonderful night.
It was awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming to the show last night. And people are already asking when next year is. We have no idea.
Oh, wow.
We just woke up a few hours ago.
That's right.
To come in on this show, going like, oh boy, we got through that. That was
Dang.
great.
Is this going to be like, what is it? CMA Fest, where right after the festival is over, tickets go on sale for the following year.
No,
Nobody even
because
knows who's playing.
We can't. We always build it around a major act. And then once they commit, like Brooks and Dunn, then we were like, okay, they're in on this Monday, so then let's do the whole show. So no, not like that at all.
Okay.
Thank you, Laura,
Actually.
for calling. Have a great day.
It was awesome. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thanks
bye-bye.
for everything you do. Bye.
Fox is trying to create a new holiday called Super Monday. They're launching ads that encourage viewers to take the day off after the Super Bowl so they can catch up on all the TV shows they missed.
Oh, interesting.
It just makes sense that if all these extra days we have as holidays, if your company gives them, one of them should be after the Super Bowl. Because nobody's getting crap done anyway.
It's true.
You know what I mean? All right, thank you guys for hanging out. You can get on Instagram, Mr. Bobby Bones, Mr. Bobby Bones. Appreciate you guys.